recording. Okay. So let's say if we do select star from HR.employees, right? This is what we've been doing so far. Okay. So there's some commission percentage, okay, which are blank, which are null. Okay, blank is called null here. So if I want to display the salaries if commission is blank, okay. So what I can say select, right? First name, comma, last name, comma, let's say salary, okay, from HR dot employees, okay, employees. So select first name, last name, salary from HR dot employees, okay, where, right? Any condition which will restrict the number of rows comes after where, right? So where, say commission percentage, okay, is null. Okay, so this is how you can, okay, check for is null. Okay, so now when I select and when I run, okay, or maybe if you want to see the null values, just to make sure that we are getting all the blank only, you can add it here also. Right? Just to verify if you're getting correct values or not, right? Yes, all these have null, isn't it? Now, if you want to say not null, right? So you can say is not null. Okay. So you get all not null. Not null, you can also write as not equal to null. So this is how you handle null. Is null, is not null, or if let's say if this works, okay. Okay. So since null is not a number, right? You cannot use less than, greater than, equal to. Okay. So see, I can say not equal to 100, not equal to 5. Okay, but not is not a number. So number. Okay. So you cannot use not equal to null, right? For null, either you say is null or is not null. Okay. This will work only when you have values which are, number like greater than 5. Okay. Let's see this. If we have the percentage is in point, right? So we'll say 0.5. Oh, what happened? Yeah. So there's no data with 0.5. So see, I said greater than 0.1. So you won't get 0.1, right? You'll get greater than 0.1, like 0.3, 0.25. And if I say greater than equal to, okay, that's when you get 0.2 also. You won't get 0.1, but you'll get 0.2 as well, right? So greater than, equal to, less than can be done only on number. So that's why somebody asked last class, right? Why should we define? Why should we tell that it is a numeric? Because there are some properties which are associated with numeric, some properties which are associated with text, some properties which are associated with null. So you have text, null, date. Date also can use greater than, less than, okay? Because date also, they understand greater than, right? So you can compare if it is older or newer. So date also you can use greater than, less than. Okay. So this is how we use. So we are still on the basic select only. We are trying to see how to add conditions, how to handle null. Okay. Now we'll see how to sort. Okay. How do we sort? We have something called as order by. Okay. So, okay. See, the values that you are getting here, It's displayed in the order. It's there in the database, right? So the 0.4, then you see 0.3, then you see 0.2, 0.35, because this is how the data has been entered in the database. But if you want to sort it, you can say, okay, so this will give us this data where, okay, order by name, okay, or percentage only. So now you see the lowest value is first, slowly it increases to the highest value. Highest value is at the bottom, right? Now you want to do in a different order. Right? So now you get the highest value on first and the lower value down, right? So this will say the decreasing order, right? If you do not give, it will have in the increasing order. If you put DSC, it will give in the decreasing order, right? So let's go back here. So this is higher date, right? I can even say, order by higher ID. So you get, okay, first employee who joined. Okay, so let me add higher ID here so that we can see the output, the higher ID. Okay, and here I'm saying order by higher ID. Okay, so now you see this is the youngest, the most recent employee that was added. Okay, 8, then 7, 6, so on. If I remove it, okay, you will see the oldest employee, the employee that 2004. This was the first employee that was added or joined the company on 30th January. So you have the employee, not see, higher date doesn't tell you the age, right? Just tells you that it is there in the company for longer time, right? So Janet King is the from the oldest employee from the tenure perspective in the company. Okay, so this is how you can handle numbers, date, null. Okay, we also have something called as row num. Okay, every row has a number. Okay, sometimes you might want to um, you just want to see if value exists or not. Okay, you're not interested in the uh, actual list of outcome. Okay, I want to see if do you have enough people, do you have enough values. So I need, okay, enough people to do perform a job, right? So let's say we are based on some condition, I want to see if I get at least 5 employees or not, right? So I can say something like okay, let's take is not null here, this one, and I'll say where, right? Where is not null and row num, okay, is equal to 1. Now, when I say row num equal to 1, let's first run without row num. Okay. So you see John Russell 0.4, right? And then when you run it, row num, so you get only John Russell. Okay, it will just work with the first row, which is there. No condition, nothing. Okay, just the first row. You can restrict based on this. Okay, so let's run it and see the first 5, and then we'll try to restrict on the first 5. So John, Karen, Alberto, Gerald, and Eleni, right? These are the first 5, right? So I say row number, okay, less than equal to 5. Row number is less than equal to. So row number is an invisible number, okay, which is added to your data automatically, okay, based on the conditions. So in database, row number 1 could be something else, okay? But when you're performing this commission, right, somewhere, whatever data you're getting, that will have row number 1. So every result will change its row number. So, okay, so when I say row, so, I just want first 5. This does not tell me top 5, okay? But let's say if I say order by hire date, okay, then probably you might get, right? So let's see this. So I'm saying where row number equal to less than 5, okay? And let me put it differently here. And I'll say order by, okay? So what happened? Okay, or let me put order by high, oh, this is a higher date, right? Sorry, I wanted commission percentage. Okay, because this is anyway a higher date, commission percentage. Okay, right? So see, it took 0.2 here. Okay, now if you see here in this scheme of things, this is what we are doing first, right? So it gave you only 5. It is not looking, see, if I do not do row num, if I just do this, maybe let's say we have 30 data, 30 rows output. But when I say row num equal to 5, less than equal to 5, we are having only first 5, correct? And then I'm saying order by commission. So within that 5 only it will rearrange. Okay, within that 5, it will rearrange. Okay, so this is how you can restrict. Okay, so generally sort is to, you don't care about the order, you just want 5. Okay, or you just care about if there's 1 or 10, then you use it. Okay, yeah. Now you can even order on multiple columns. Okay, so I'm going to remove row num so that we get multiple values. Now I say order by commission percentage. Okay, so this is working fine, right? Yes. Now opposite of, see, we said DESC, right? If you want to give increasing order, you have to say ASC. Okay, so opposite of DSC is ASC. So I say ASC here, and now I want to do it on, so see here. So 0.1, you have DCMA, right? So let's say first name. Because first I gave commission, first it will sort on commission, then it will sort on the next column that I want to give. First name. Okay. And if I don't give, by default, it is ASC only, right? So see, within 0.1, now it has sorted in ACD format. Okay. If you want a decreasing order, you say DESC. Okay. So it's going to perform in the decreasing order. Okay. You can even give column number. Okay. Let's go and run this. So, okay. So what I'll do here, okay, let's run this, okay, and then, okay, by default it is ASC, right? So let's say ASC. Okay. So, okay, now, okay, I'm ignoring the first name. Okay, I'm only doing sorting in terms of commission percentage. Okay, David, Charles, Mattia, Amit. Now, what I'll do here, I'll say comma 1. And now when I run it, what happened? So you can also give column number to order. You don't have to give the column name. One, it took first name. Okay. You can also refer column using a number. Okay. One indicate first column, which is first name. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now, going back to our commission here, let's do it here again. So we know that commission percentage has some null values also, right? And when you run it, okay, oops, where commission, okay, where is, okay, let me not put where, okay, and we'll order by commission percentage. Okay, by default it is increasing order, right? Okay. So select first name, last name, commission from HR employees, order by commission percentage. Okay. So when I run it, okay, so it is giving lowest value first, isn't it? Okay. But
It's ascending order.
descending order, correct? But you remember that we also have null values. Is it not? Okay.
Yeah, in commission
Yes. So null
column
values
you
are
have.
not getting, yes, null values are not getting displayed.
That means we need to give condition where
Okay.
commission.
So null, see, but we are not filtering, right? We are not saying where
Okay.
commission is not null. See, here we are saying not
Only
null,
order
so
type.
it makes sense that it should not give null values. But here
Okay.
we are not filtering. So null values are there. So in fact, when you download the CSV, you will see the null values will be at the end. Okay. So see, it has sorted in the increasing order. 0.4 is the last highest. After that, it has put all the null values. Right? But let's say
At the
you
beginning.
want null values to come first. You want null values to come first. Okay. Then what do? You come here, okay, and
DS.
you say, okay, order by commission percentage, nulls first. Okay. Nulls first. See, because I told you that null is not a number, or it's neither a number nor your text, right? So had it been zero, null is different than zero. Had it been zero, automatically the null would have come first, right? Because zero is the smallest value, right? If you're in increasing order, 0, 0, 0, 0, then 0.1, 0.1, 0.2, 0.2, correct? But null is not a number. So that's why what it ignored, it performed on the number, and then it showed, okay, these are the extra rows that you also have it. Okay. But now when I say null first, it will run null first, and then you have 0.1 here. Okay. So again, you can download the CSV, you can see. Okay, null first, and then you have 0.1. No,
Only nulls will display.
um, no, this is not what I wanted. Um, so it says order by commission percentage, nulls first. Okay, nulls first means, okay. Okay, let's Let me see it again. Okay, it's not downloading all the data. Okay, that's the problem. Okay, it's not downloading all the data. See, here also download only 51, right? Okay, so it's showing you only first 50. Okay, um, okay, but it actually first displays your nulls and then it displays your okay values. So let me do something like this. D. Let's do something. Okay, HR employees where first name like. So now I'm also putting condition on text first name. First name is a text. Okay, so text will have like. Okay, like, and since it's a text, I'm putting quotation and I'm saying D percentage. Okay, so D percentage means the first character has to be capital D. First character has to be capital D, followed by any number of characters, I don't care. So all the first names which will have capital D will appear. Okay, so let me first see, and then we'll try to order by in the commission percentage. So yes, now you see. So now we have less data to handle. We can see the complete output. So you have all these one, you see, starting with D, capital D. Okay, percentage means any number of characters, you don't care. Okay, so that's why you have 3 letter also and 6, 7 letters also. Okay, now I'm saying order by commission percentage. Okay, so what it did, it ordered 0.1, 0.15, 0.25, and rest blank null is putting at the end. But I want null to be printed first. So I'll say commission percentage nulls first. So now you see, you have got null first and then 0.1, 0.15, the order remains same, right? So you can display that way. Okay, by default, nulls will be printed at the last when you're doing group by or checking condition. Okay, because it's neither a number or a text. Okay, but if you want it to come first, you will say nulls first. Nulls need different type of handling in database. Clear? See, we are still working with one table at a time. Okay, you can use it multiple tables, but we are not connecting the tables yet. Okay, slowly we'll get into that level where we'll start connecting or using data from 2 different tables. Okay, right?
Yes, Papa.
Great. What else? So we have seen date also, right? In the sense you can also use date to do the order by, right? So date is also done. Now let's look at. So yeah, so kind of we have completed level 1. Okay, now basic querying. So what can somebody summarize what we have done so far? Yesterday, and I mean last session and today. We learn how to restrict the number of columns, right? Using select column names, right? We looked at where clause, where you can restrict the number of rows, right? Where we have seen text, like where text name like, okay? Now see, if you want D anywhere in between. Now again, if I put percentage here, it means any number of text before capital D. But see here, the way it is designed, capital D is the first character. So if I do this also, there will not be any change in the data. Okay, because D is always for capital D. We are talking about capital. So this is text is case sensitive. I told you SQL queries are not sensitive, case sensitive. SQL queries doesn't matter whether you use lowercase or uppercase. Okay, but the text is case sensitive, right? The text that you use, they are case sensitive. Okay, so it will look for any character before capital D. Of course, names always start with capital D or capital letters, so you won't find anything. But now if I make small d here, you will see different values. You won't see same values because these are all capital D's, right? So I'm saying small d. So all these will definitely not be there. Okay. So you have names which has D somewhere in between. So see, it has D here, it has D here, again Alexander, okay, D here, right? Okay, you will never have someone which has capital D in between, right? See, right? So this is how your where clause on text works. So we have seen where clause on date, text, numbers, and also on null, right? Is null is not null. Order by, we have seen how to order by your data. Okay, it's sorting basically, right? You want to sort, okay, by increasing or decreasing order. Okay. Okay. So now let's get into um, uh, let's get into, we call them operators. Okay. So we'll try to, okay. So before we get into operators, okay. Mm, I'm just thinking, what basic things we need to know. Okay. So there are few things, like, let's talk about it. You know what and does? And or, these are important, right? See, what does and do? So when you say something and, okay, it means, okay, when I say first name like the percentage and salary greater than 5,000. Okay.
Both the conditions has to be true.
And I put the same thing here. But of course, here I don't put and, I put or in
Or.
between. So which will give me more number of record?
And.
Or
Which will give me more
Yeah,
number
or,
of
or.
Or it should be or, because both the statements have different number and it's like joining both of them.
Yes, or will give you more number, right? So
Thank you, mom. Thank you. Thank you. If you send to
yeah, thank you. So or will give you more record, right? Because or you are taking, if, okay, see, now let's say in your system, okay, in your table, you have 10 names which starts with D, and you have 20 names, or I would say not names, 10 records where name starts with D, and 20 records, okay, which has salary greater than 5,000. Okay. And out of these, okay, so total how many record will I get in first case and case, and in second case or case? So I have 10 records which has name starts with D, and 20 records which has salary greater than 5,000. So if I do here, select count of star, okay, where name, okay, we have not done count of star, right? But that's okay, we'll do it. But tell me how many rows of data we'll get in the first case, and case, and or case.
In end case, we'll get 10 records. And in our case, we will get 20. And 30, I think.
Okay. Anybody else? We don't know. Okay. We don't know exactly how many, because how many of them are common, we don't know, right? Okay. There could, see, 10 records name with D and 20 records name with salary. There could be 5 records which is common between them, intersection common. Right? So yes, you can talk about minimum and maximum. In this case, minimum record, okay, and max record. Let's talk about minimum, max, and then we'll talk about this. Now, in AND case, when do you get minimum number of records? Minimum number of records, okay, is where there is no commonality between these two. Okay, there is no commonality. So none of the names which has D has a salary greater than 5,000. None. So you can get 0 record also. Okay. And in max, okay, is where, okay, just give me a second. I'll just be back. Okay. So I was saying that it's possible that there is no common record between D and salary. So you can even get 0. Maximum is when, all the D, okay, have salary greater than 5,000. You cannot have all the 20 name as D, because I'm saying D is only 10. So you can't have 20 such record, but you can have maximum 10. So max record is 10. So you can get anywhere between 0 to 10. Okay, if all D has salary greater than 5,000, you get 10. Possible that none of them, total records could be 50 in your table, and none of the D has, a salary greater than 5,000. Okay, all these 20 people will name has something else, not with D, right? So you get maximum 10. Now here, if you see in OR, okay, when there is no common between them, then how many record will get? If there is no common between these two, okay, the first case where we got 0 record in AND, in that case, OR will give us how many record?
$30.
Yes. Okay, there is no common, right? So it will select 10 also, it will select 20 also. So what is 0 in first case becomes 30 in OR case. Okay. Now, if there is a common between them, then so of course this is the maximum. Okay. So what could be the minimum number of records? When all of them
Minimum
are
30.
correct. So when all these are there, okay, like all D has salary greater than 5,000, so you will get 20. So minimum is 20, maximum is 30. It depends upon how many common rows are there. Okay. Okay, I'm just trying to make you think. Okay. Now let's say I added new information to it, that there are 5 rows which are common. That means 5 rows has name starting with D and has salary greater than 5,000. Now you tell me count. Common rows has to be somewhere between 0 and 10 only. Cannot be 0 and 20 because this is only 10. So common between them can be maximum of 10, minimum of 0. Right? So I'm saying 5 rows are common. Then how many record you'll get here and how many you'll get here?
In first one, we'll get 5 records, I think, count.
First one you get 5 records, correct. Okay, because AND always talks about common between them, where the both conditions are true, right? So common between them. So you get only 5 there, correct. And in OR, Okay. So see, OR is no. See, if you remove, for example, let's remove 5 from here because 5 is common. So you have 5 records which are unique. And here you have 15 records which are unique. So you get 5 plus 15, 20. And common will come only once. You won't get duplicate values. So 20 plus 5, 25. Or you can see in a way that 20 plus 10 is 30 because 30 is counting duplicate values twice. So remove one set of duplicate values. So 30 minus 5, 25. So you'll get 25 records here. So when you have and, treat it like intersection value. Okay, it is like intersection. Okay, and this is like union. Union, you add them together, but duplicate values are not repeated. It is one. So your OR is like, okay, give me this or that, right? So of course, if they're unique, you get all of them. But if there's some common between them, then common you won't get twice, you get only once. Okay, so let's try to check this assumptions. Okay, the last thing that we're going to do today, let's try to check this assumptions that we are doing. Okay, so let me think. Okay, okay, we'll take the same example where salary greater. Let's see, but we should have some good number of values to work with. Okay. Let's see. So I'm saying select count star. Okay. Count star will count the number of rows. Okay. So let's say select count star from HR dot employees. Sorry. Employee EMP. Okay. Select count star from HR dot employees where first name like the percentage, right? This is what we're getting here. So now when I run it, so you get 9. There are 9 such record. Okay, great. Now I'm going to say select star. Okay, count star where salary, right?
Salary greater than 5,000.
Salary, correct. Salary greater than equal to 5,000.
5,000.
Okay, you get 58. Great. 58
9.
and 8.
9.
9, right? So this gives
Yes.
us 9 and this gives us 58.
58.
Now we will run AND query. So select count star, okay, where salary is greater than 5,000 and okay, first name like D. Hopefully we should get at least 2, 3 such record. 5, great. This is good number, right? So that means common between them is 5. Right? So you have 58, you have 9, and you have 5 common between them. So if I run OR, how many should I get? If I put OR here, how many should I get?
62.
62? Okay, let's see if we get 62 or not. Wow, you are right. We got 62, isn't it? Okay, yes, because 58 plus 9 and your 5 records are duplicate. So remove 5. So 67 minus 5, 62, right? So this is what we did here. Now let's check with intersection and union. Okay, let's try with intersection and we'll try this one. So how do you do is you, okay, we'll take first name. Okay, so this is your first set of query. Okay, so count first name from HR employees with salary greater than 5,000. Okay. So this will give you names of all 58. Now I'm writing next query. So see, when you are doing union intersection, right? You have to be careful that the rows that you give here, right, between select and from has to be same. Okay, it cannot have different. And here I'm going to say name like D. Where name like D, right? So this should give us some values. Okay. Now I put union. So union runs on 2 queries. Okay, and we'll discuss when we get into table design that union is not preferred, but some cases you have to use union. Okay. So when you do union, how many are you supposed to get? 62, right? So more than 50. Definitely it is 62. Now, if I say intersect, okay, in union is for or, right? So we'll put it here actually. And here I'll put intersect.
We'll get 5.
We should get 5. Yes. Oh, how many we got? We got only 4.
4.
Why we got only 4? Okay, now I understood. There will definitely be people with same name. You could have David, 2 David here. Okay, that's why it has
Maybe.
removed the duplicate. So what we'll do is we'll put last name also.
Okay.
Now first name, last name should not be duplicated. Same, you cannot put last name here, not here. It has to have same number of columns here. Yep, see?
Yes,
You have
yes.
duplicate David.
With
That's why it
David we
gave
have.
only 1. So you get 5 rows, right? So this is how we use intersect and union. And we'll stop here. I'll share this code, practice, and then we'll talk about more such operators. So just started operators. We'll talk about and or intersect, union, and there are a few other operators we'll talk about in the next session.